Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Thomas at Home. Today we're taking a look at the final Season 7 release, Thomas and the Really Brave Engines. So let's get right into it here. So like I said, this was the last Season 7 release, therefore making it the last new release of the classic series. We will get a few more reintroductions on DVD a bit later on. Like we'll get James Goes Buzz Buzz, Thomas Gets Tricked, stuff like that. But this is the last classic series release that features new content. It was released onto DVD and VHS on February 7th of 2006, and there was also a double feature of this put out. It includes Thomas and the Toy Workshop as well. It was put out by Lionsgate originally in, I assume, 2009, 2010, around that era. But I have the Universal one, which was put out in 2014, 2015. So let's take a look at it here. So right off the bat here, we have a really nice poster. Blue's my favorite color, and this is my favorite shade of blue, so good on them for choosing the correct shade of blue to put on here. Right up there we have the Thomas logo. Nice big title, I like that, even though it makes no sense, but I'll get to that later. This doesn't make any sense either. Thomas and Gordon, they don't really star in these episodes, but it's cool that they're on here, I don't know. And I love this, too. We get a nice focus on Donald and Douglas. We get a screenshot from Bad Day at Castle Lock. Now, I am not 100% versatile in Photoshop. I've gotten more used to it over time. But this is a pretty crappy cropping job. You can see the sky behind the tree there, and it's not the best. They tried to do it there, but they still left some, and it's kind of rough. But you know what? It's okay. At least we get Donald and Douglas on the front. Go to the side here. Yes, it is a slim case version. I do not have a thick case version of this. Thick case versions of the 2006-2007 releases are notoriously uncommon. I wouldn't say rare, because you still find them a lot, but they're not as common as these ones, because I assume Anchor Bay and Hit were like, oh, the Wooden Train bonus pack versions will sell better, which I assume they did, because I've only ever seen these copies out, really Brave Engines. I've never seen a thick case version of this in my life. So, yeah. I like that the title's white here. You can't really see because it's not focusing. There we go. Thomas and the Really Brave Engines and Other Adventures, right down there. There's the product number right there. Mine doesn't really close all the way. I'm trying to close it here, but I don't think it really closes the whole way. Maybe it's just a cheap case, I don't know. Oh shoot, I'm almost dropping it. Here's the back here. No barcode because this was in a Wooden Train bonus pack. Up there we have the Thomas logo again, making tracks to great destinations. Screenshot from Oliver the Snow Engine, or Snow Engine, however you prefer to say it. And that is a screenshot from James and the Queen of Sodor. I almost forgot the name. There is the description right there. Here's our little information hub. For bonus features, we have the character gallery, read-along story, the Midnight Ride of Thomas the Tank Engine, sing-along song, Troublesome Trucks, 2 DVD bonus games, Sodor spelling game, and picture puzzle fun. Excuse me, I was trying to read that correctly. And we have a DVD-ROM game, which is Coloring Creation. And our episodes are Thomas on the Search for Fergus. Why they renamed that episode, I don't know. What was wrong with the old one? It's originally called Fergus Breaks the Rules. There's literally an episode called Thomas Breaks the Rules. Maybe they didn't want to confuse it. It's stupid. Bad Day at Castle Lock. Another grammatical error, kind of. It should be called A Bad Day at Castle Lock. Toby and the Windmill should be called Toby's Windmill. Look on the wooden railway item right there. It's literally called Toby's Windmill. The Runaway Elephant and James and the Queen of Sodor are both correct. And then Oliver the Snow Engine. You don't need Oliver you can just call it Snow Engine. This was a big problem with Season 2 and Season 1. They renamed a lot of the episodes. We didn't really get much of that in later seasons. I know in Season 4, like, Trucks was renamed to Rusty Helps Peter Sam. But this wasn't really a huge problem until now, for some reason. Why they decided to change over half of the episode titles on here, I have no idea. But yeah, there's all that down there. I love the contrast with the red. I love the colors on this. The colors are so vibrant. It's very visually pleasing. Here is the disc. Yep, as people say, squished up version of the poster art. It's kind of copyright though, I can't really say that without being accused of copying another user. So we'll briefly take a look at this double pack here. The only reason that I have this is because back in the day, before last year, I believe, I think it was it was around Labor Day weekend of 2020 when I got this. Or that guy, rather, not this. I got this, fun fact, the same day that Big World Big Adventures came out on DVD. But I got this so I could have a copy of Really Brave Engines, and this was my only copy of it until last year when I got that. So this is basically redundant to me. I'm currently selling this on Facebook Marketplace, and if nobody buys it, one of you can have it. I don't really care. I don't need this. But we're not going to take a look at this side for probably a couple months. But here's the side that we want to look at. So you have Thomas and the Really Brave Engines right there. Screenshot of Gordon. I understand why they chose it, because they didn't want to have two Thomases. It's weird. They should just come up with a better poster art, or better character to spotlight. Here's the side. They really had the balls to put it underneath Thomas and the Toy Workshop. And we don't even get a screenshot of Gordon on the side. Stupid you, whoever decided to do that. Here's the back. Same screenshot from the back. We have the James and the Queen of Sodor picture. Although James, rest his soul, has been cut off, unfortunately. I believe it might be that way in the VHS too. I could be wrong, but it might be. Yep, we don't even get listing or a description of the episodes. There's just 6 fun-filled episodes, sing-along song, 2 DVD games, and a story, and more. How lazy. Sorry, I'm gonna open this off screen because it's kind of, these discs have a big reflection, so I don't really want to get too much of myself in. But the front here is Toy Workshop, and here is Really Brave Engines. It keeps the blue consistency. That's really great, and that's a really nice shade of blue as well, so that's cool there. And we do have one more copy to look at, which is the Wooden Train bonus pack version. So I got this from FYE actually about 3 or 4 months ago. I believe it was either mid to late June or very early July when I got this. But it did come with Duncan right there. I wasn't really looking to get an old style Duncan, but I found one in this pack and I was like, it's better. It's in better condition, actually. I wouldn't say that one's better than the one that I have now, but it's in better condition. So that's the Duncan that you'll see in my videos from now on. But, yep, it actually makes sense to include Duncan in here. This is one of the only times where they actually include an engine that makes sense, because Duncan is the main star of the Runaway Elephant. Much better than when you get, like, Caroline with A Big Day for Thomas, or Bulgy with Come Ride the Rails, which I have gotten before. But it's virtually the same as that right there. You just got a couple of added things. Wooden Train bonus pack right up there. There's the little window where Duncan would sit. The poster art is the same. You actually get to see a bit more of Thomas, which is interesting. You can totally see his number 1 has been mirrored, or his whole picture has been mirrored. Includes Thomas and Friends Wooden Railway Engine. This is a minor gripe with me, but they put this on every Wooden Train bonus pack. Sometimes you don't always get an engine, sometimes you get a roadway character, or a piece of rolling stock, or even like a coach or something, I don't know, but it doesn't make any sense why they say that. It should say like character or something, I don't know. Oh, I'm dropping it. Side here, it's a bit crushed, which is unfortunate, but I don't really care. Train bonus pack, wow. All that. And then here's the other side. It's exactly the same. I'll show you the top as well. Top's kind of cool. I like the top. And the bottom has nothing. It's just scrunched because I accidentally stepped on this before I started the recording. Yay me. Same screenshots from the regular DVD. You can see that there is tape on the side here, or on the corner. When I got this, the whole back was like, it's like a book. It like folded out. That's not supposed to happen. So when I got home, I had to basically tape it all up, and I did a crappy job, but at least it's not going to be broken now. And it says limited edition up there. These are not limited edition. Like I said earlier, the slim case versions were more produced than the thick case versions, and this is not a limited edition item because there were hundreds of thousands and even millions of this made. The back is exactly the same though. You do have Wooden Train bonus pack down there. Includes Thomas and Friends, a wooden railway engine. Yeah, all that stuff right there. And we will open it up here. I'd like to offer an apology because when we looked at James Learns a Lesson, is that what it was? Yeah, James Learns a Lesson. I didn't show off the Wooden Train bonus pack version of that. I do have one. It came with Lady. Doesn't make any sense, but I'd like to apologize for not showing that off. Maybe in a future episode I will show you because I don't really feel like doing it now. I didn't bring it down with me, so. It's the exact same version as that. This one's just in better condition because this was brand new in the packaging. It's been sitting in the box since, I presume, 2006. So that's close to 20 years. That's kind of crazy. That's what? Almost 16 years? That's insane. Yep, it's exactly the same. The only difference is that the back is a little crunched because I assume they folded it right onto that. So, yeah. And I don't think this came with a booklet. Nope. No booklet, even though there is a little tab for one. Oh, there you go. Disc is the same. Now, this is kind of a weird release to me. I didn't see it a whole lot growing up. I do have very vivid memories of watching it on Netflix back in the day. That's how I got familiar with these episodes. Thomas and the Search for Fergus is actually a pretty good story. I prefer to call it Fergus Breaks the Rules. Again, why did they change the name of that title? It doesn't make any sense. Bad Day at Castle Lock, that is pure nostalgia for me right there because that was on Thomas's Halloween Adventures, and that was the first ever Thomas and Friends DVD that I ever got, so that has a lot of nostalgia for me, and that's also a pretty good episode. Toby and the Windmill, it's very impressive model work with like the windmill breaking in the storm. That's really cool. That's a pretty good episode. The Runaway Elephant might be my favorite episode of Season 7. I don't know why. It's really funny to me. The music in that one is great, too. And it's wonderful that they chose Duncan to be the main character for that. James and the Queen of Sodor. Pretty good release. It's kind of a weird one. But I kind of like it. And Oliver the Snow Engine. I just realized this release features my 4 favorite characters. Donald, Douglas, Oliver, and Toad. That's awesome, man. That is a great episode as well. So overall, this release is pretty good. This is probably the best Season 7 release. I believe, yes, I've already forgotten. I put Fergus Breaks the Rules on Percy Saves the Day, so we gotta take that one off. But I'm gonna replace it with 2 episodes actually, because one episode of Season 7 never made it onto this like string of releases. It was released like a year or 2 after these releases, which was Not So Hasty Cakes or Not So Hasty Puddings or Thomas and the Avalanche, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it Not So Hasty Cakes because that is, I believe, the US title, maybe the UK, I don't know. But it's the one that features Elizabeth and the snow, and it's kind of a weird episode. It's probably the most forgettable episode of the classic series, probably the whole series in general. But let's put these all in order here. So, James and the Queen of Sodor. Also, for the record, we got to change the title of their release. Let's call it James and the Queen of Sodor and Other Adventures. Or if we want to keep it Thomas and the Really Brave Engines, just get rid of And Other Adventures. Or call it like Bad Day at Castle Lock. That's a pretty good title there, actually. So let's put these back in order. So we got James and the Queen of Sodor. Excuse me. Toby's Windmill. I'm not calling it Toby and the Windmill because that's stupid. A Bad Day at Castle Lock, which is what I prefer to call it. Oliver the Snow Engine or Snow Engine, whatever. The Runaway Elephant, Not So Hasty Cakes, and Harold and the Flying Horse. Now, this episode, was originally on Thomas and the Jet Engine, but I stripped it off to have it primarily focus around, like, more intense episodes, like Scaredy Engines, Percy and the Haunted Mine, Salty Stormy Tale, stuff like that. So that kind of left this episode floating around out there. And until I was making the list of episodes, I actually forgot about the episode. So let's just stick it on here. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, this release is called Thomas and the Really Brave Engines. Neither of these two new episodes feature the engines as main characters, so it's kind of redundant. But you know what? That's okay. We're going to call it Bad Day at Castle Luck and Other Adventures. You know what? Because I want it like that. Anyways, that's probably going to be it from me. Also, the song, I should mention, Troublesome Trucks. The trucks, I don't believe, feature that much on this release. I don't think it does. Or I don't think they do, excuse me. That would have made more sense to put it on, like, New Friends for Thomas or something, because that features the Troublesome Trucks. But you know what? That's okay. It's still a wonderful, wonderful song. So that's really all for me. I got nothing else to really say for this episode here. I'd just like to thank you all again so much for the support. We're actually getting pretty close to 200 subscribers, which is pretty impressive. Not really, though, because my Turbo 711 channel has over 1,000, but whatever. I'm still very grateful for all you subscribers, so I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. Next week is... Thomas Comes to Breakfast. Oh, Lord. That's a good release right there. So next week we're gonna look at that, and then... Oh, boy, we're gonna look at Track Stars after that. I have a special... unboxing for that episode, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, that's it for me. Oh! There's one more thing I'd like to mention. If you have the VHS of this, good for you, because this VHS is worth probably around $50, maybe $60 by itself. This is in 2006 when VHS was officially killed, so the VHS copy of this, or version of this, is extremely, extremely rare. So if you have it, good on you. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye!